Hey everyone, it's Gojo here. I'm representing Australia in Eurovision this year with my song Milkshake Man, and I am currently watching Eurovision live, which all of you guys are also. And I'm going to be asked a few questions on everything, and I hope you guys have a good time.
How is it to be the representative for Australia this year?
There's not a more honorable feeling to be representing a country, and especially Australia, which is where I grew up, and in the Olympics of music, which I consider Eurovision, which is just, yeah, there's not a more honorable, exciting feeling that I've ever had. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it's the 10th anniversary because 10 years ago, Guy Sebastian made a good first song for Australia, and then they keep going
Yes.
on. Very
Yeah.
successful, I must say. When I look at the stats, there's a chance of 78% that Australia is qualifying for the grand final, and even a chance of 71% to reach the top 10. Does
Isn't
it
that
give you any
crazy? That's awesome.
pressure?
Yeah, it's so cool. And I mean, that's the thing is Australia, growing up here in the music scene and seeing everything, there is so much good music and talent here that we're very obviously Australia's quite isolated from the rest of the world as well. So knowing that we can be performing on the Eurovision stage is such an honor for us, and we're very grateful for everyone making us feel so at home and comfortable in the whole process.
Actually, you're from Western Australia and moved to Sydney, so that's why
Yeah,
I picked this image in the background.
I love it.
Um, so when I read your biography, you have been isolated from electricity and water. Somehow, how could this be? In Australia, it's a very it does have a very high standard, I would say.
No, so we had water, we had running water, but it was all collected. It was a self-sustaining property that I grew
Ah,
up on.
okay.
So we had electricity, but we harvested it from the sun. So everything that we did was through like my dad's creations and my mum's creations, who,
Hmm.
yeah, and they gave us the most beautiful childhood, and they showed us how to like invent things and make things, and showing us how to live off the land essentially, which was
Mm.
an essential like skill to have in my opinion, and we don't really learn that in school or anything like that, so I'm very grateful for that. And my mum and dad are just my heroes. Like I said, yeah, the way they brought us kids up was the most beautiful thing ever, and I'm so grateful for it. And it also now it enabled me to be able to think quite individually in a lot of ways as well, because we didn't have TVs or anything like that that were on 24/7, and it was all
Ah,
just
okay.
being
But
outside and being in nature.
it sounds like when you read it for the first time, it sounds like you're living in the Outback or something like this, but it's quite, but
It
it's
was it,
not.
it was in the outback. We
Oh,
we
really?
lived in yeah, we lived in the bush.
Ah,
It was about 30 kilometers out of town, so it was quite far out of town. Our next neighbor was like 30 to 20 minutes away, so we were very isolated out there. But that was what gave me a lot of freedom as well, and I think that translates a lot into who I am today as well.
and then you moved to Sydney. Was it a good choice for you?
Yes, when I moved to Sydney, I feel like career-wise, that was when everything started opening up and happening. Like instantly, as soon as I came to Sydney, I was invited to go on, like Sony music writing camps, and then
Well,
um, I was just introduced to all the musicians out here, and I played my first headline show there, and it was just like, yeah, it was a very special and needed move, that because I wanted to do it for a very long time, but I couldn't due to my circumstances in Western Australia.
do you have any memories of the Eurovision Song Contest from your childhood, maybe?
Yeah. So when I was my dad's French, and so when I was four, he actually had a tape of Waterloo by ABBA, a VHS tape, and he would play that on the TV every now and then, and that was my introduction into Eurovision. And I always remember Bjorn's guitar, how it looked like a speech. It looked like one of those comical
Mhm.
speech bubbles, like in action scenes when they're like
Yeah.
"pow, kabam." I always remember that as a kid, just thinking it was really cool.
Do you have a favorite song from
In
Eurovision?
your, yeah, well, my favorite song was actually an entry of last year, which my dad sent me. He sent me, I think, yeah, like mid last year, and it was Slaman, Mon Amour,
Hmm.
which because I love ballads a lot too, and I mean, I always have so much respect for anyone that can go out onto a stage as well, like with themselves, by themselves, and just like sing a powerful vocal the way that he did is just incredible. And I've watched that performance so many times.
About stage, you've been to the Amsterdam in concert, Eurovision concert in Amsterdam.
Yep.
How would you describe that experience?
It was the first time I'd met all the contestants as well, and the first taste of being able to play to the Eurovision crowds as well, which was awesome. And they're so receptive, and you can tell they're there to have a good time. And I like felt so supported on stage, and everyone's singing the song, everyone's singing Milkshake Man, and I thought it was just because I've had a lot of situations like playing shows in Australia where I'm like supporting people or whatever, and it's all about like winning the crowd and making giving a good first impression. But I felt like as soon as everyone's around Eurovision is there for us, so I think straight from the get go I felt loved instantly, and it was just really cool.
I see the stripes on your shirt. When I followed your videos and Life of France, you're always wearing these red stripes. That's your outfit also for Basel.
I can't talk about my outfit in Basel, but I do think visual identity is very important. And I think, yeah, the stripes has definitely, like, even at the pre parties and things like that, I saw a few people wearing the red and white stripes. And, it's a lot of people say when they see the red and white stripes, they think of me. So I think visual identity is very important
Yeah.
for a musician.
Red, white stripes are also known for clowns, but you're not a clown, but you're a funny guy, can imagine.
Yeah,
Uh,
I love the whole world of clowns. I think I've always been that type of person where, life, I don't, yeah, like taking life too seriously, I tend to kind of steer away from a little bit because even in situations where life does need to be taken seriously, it's like it doesn't need to be this big grand issue. It's just like, okay, how do I solve this problem, or how do I do this? And like everything has positives. Like every single thing that happens to you in life has a positive. And there is no ifs, buts, or maybes about that. It's just everything you can find a positive in. And the positive is much more drastic than the negative.
this is also the message of the song Milkshake.
Yeah, it is. It's like it builds around this whole world of positivity and wanting people to like look into the world and be like, hey, I want to be like this, or I want to feel like that. I want to feel like Milkshake Man. And it's all about like confidence and self-expression and being the larger than life character that we are, and being encouraged to feel like that too. Because yeah, like in the second verse I say the shake is not a drink, it's a state of mind. It's a secret superpower you were born to find. It's like this ability that we need to unlock into us, and it doesn't come naturally. It's our bodies always protect us of kind of being that show off and being in the spotlight. But when you learn to master it or even experience it, there's no greater feeling. It's such a empowering, beautiful feeling a human can experience.
And what are your expectations for Basel?
I think it's just, well, I know it's going to be very chaotic, obviously. I feel like there's going to be, it's going to be like Amsterdam, but like on a billion more steroids. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it, performing and watching all my friends on stage. We've all become such good friends, all the other contestants, watching everyone else just, be here, and we're all here for the same reason, and it's to entertain people and make everyone proud, make our countries proud.
Thank you so much, Gojo, and it was lovely to talk to you. Have a good time and see you. Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much. Thanks for having me. I'll speak to you soon.